Yo, rock stars! We're here at NAMM 2020 Lidshaw with Chris Henning from Patchrat. How you doing, Chris?
I'm doing well.
So, I just ran into Chris. Actually, Russ Long introduced me to you.
Yep.
Thank you, Russ, wherever you are. And Chris has something very cool. It's on his phone, so we thought we'd show it to you. But why don't you describe it really quickly, and then we'll take a look at it.
Yeah. So in short, it's studio recall, and actually for any instrument, guitar and studio is primarily what we're gearing the app for right now. But it's your ability to set up signal paths with any specific devices that you're using, and then document the use of those devices for any project that you're working on.
Okay, cool. So what's the problem that we're solving here?
So the major problem is that recall to date has always been done longhand, pen and paper. Some companies have come up with standalone solutions, but the big issue is that it's a standalone solution for their product line. So what we've done is we're turning it kind of an outward-facing solution to where we support any manufacturer's product, and so you can set up chains of gear for any of those companies.
All right, so Rockstars, you got a studio, you got a bunch of stuff you did on a session or overdubs. It's not really mix, well, it could be mix-oriented if you're using outboard gear,
right?
But your vocal chain's really, really important where you're like, got to remember how we did this. This is going to solve that. So let's get in close and we'll take a look at this. And you're going to have to, you don't want to be upside down there. There you go. All right, cool. So show us around. Give us a little quick tour.
Yeah, okay, so
watch out for the glare on there. We'll try and get a good angle where it's not too shiny.
So I'll actually rotate it so you can see the full path here. But I've got the, so this is just a bunch of plugins, or bunch of gear, a guitar path, just an example path. So you've got, if I was setting this up, you just press the plus button, and out comes this is all the gear that I've got in my rig, my personal rig, and I can just drag and drop from that into my path. In this case, I've already got it in that path, so it's wondering if I'm wanting it to be a standalone new version, or if I'm somehow routing back into the device and want to share the UI between the two. We're getting pretty deep here. Is this okay?
Yeah, let's just start with the fresh track. Let's pretend let's pretend we're recalling a channel we just set up on something.
Okay.
So I think you were saying it doesn't have microphones in it yet, but it will.
No, we do have microphones. I just haven't loaded them onto the app.
Okay, well, we'll just show us what we do it. So look, Rockstars, we already created a track called Kick here.
Right.
Like we were going to recall the kick drum chain, and then what do? We just find a mic pre. Well, we find a mic, which again, isn't there yet, but it will be. Right. And then we do a mic pre, and how do we pull the mic pre in as the next thing in the chain? And can we pull in an empty mic, for example?
Not at the moment, but,
okay,
but you can definitely do that. So let's say we want to grab how about an MA5? I'm actually downloading it into the app right now to set it
even more impressively with the crappiest Wi-Fi internet in the world here at NAMM.
So now if I go back to my inventory, there it is, just to represent it as an icon. And then so if I go back into my session.
Okay, so there's our kick channel.
Right, there's my pre, can drag it in.
Okay, that's badass. And then let's set the mic pre.
So, open up the interface, there it is, set my buttons, and I'm done.
Okay, cool. So this, Rockstars, and if you don't know what this means you actually have this piece of gear in the studio, and you actually had these settings, and now you're trying to document what settings did you use for this particular chain. All right, now let's do the next one. Come on, get close.
So let's go back down. Now we want to add compression or EQ?
EQ. We'll do EQ.
Okay, so
we're an EQ before compression kind of guy.
All right, so we've actually got create a new device instance here. We've got MEQ5 or MEQ M5. We're going to go highfalutin here. And so we can zoom in here.
Can I turn some knobs?
Turn some knobs.
All right, check this out, Rockstars. Come on, I can zoom it in a little bit. I can adjust the setting on that. I can set the worst Pultec EQ tone you've ever heard right here because I don't know what I'm doing. And I'll boost the shit out of 200 hertz because I love more mud in my mixes. And then done. Whoops, here, done it again.
Yep.
And there we are there. Okay, so now we want a compressor, right?
Yep. What sounds good here? Let's see what we've got.
Well, we sure do love 1176s. You got any of them things?
Let me download one real quick.
Well, let's use one you got.
I don't think I've got any loaded.
Distressor. We want a distressor.
Nope.
Thank you, Dave Durr.
Dave Durr, the man. All right, so let's get that. Where to put it?
Oh, I don't have to look very hard. There it is. Bam. Oh, can I drag it? Oh.
So yeah, you're.
Click it once.
Oh.
There we go. Oh, sweet. You're better at it than me. You're more experienced.
We're still finessing.
You're a much better assistant than I ever was.
All right, so, and this actually works exactly like the device. The whole idea was that it would be a one-to-one.
You ready? Watch this. Can we do triple button mode? Remember which one it was. Nope. Okay, I don't think that was it. Oh, no.
Button.
Yeah, we used to do triple button mode. I don't even remember which one it was. So I guess it's not a very good tip, is it?
I'm going to have to program that in there. Is that like all buttons in kind of a thing?
It was like this weird broken way of doing it where you're linking a unit that's not really there kind of thing.
Oh, dig. So, yeah, that's it
looks badass, dude.
Well,
all right, so then, okay, so now let's get out of that. People are getting that, and that's awesome.
Yep.
So now we got a kick chain. Yep. We got our pre, our EQ, and our compression. And then, how do we add notes about this kick chain or what we were doing or something special there?
So if right now it's device specific. Ultimately, there will be a channel specific notation that'll.
Okay, cool. Well, let's take us to the device specific notes.
Okay, and here you're gonna have to bear with the fact that this is the UI is still getting fleshed out, but just you can add notes directly. Something profound.
All right, cool. This is one of those videos where people I hate watching somebody type in on the video.
And then you also have the option to take photos of gear. And then
killer. So you don't have, look at that. Man, my foot looks really good.
Look at that, man. Yeah.
Oh, you just let everybody know I'm wearing shoes.
Right.
Everybody knows me for being barefoot.
Yep, so there we go, and that is now added to that device.
Okay, badass. Now, how do we save this? What about folders and how do we stay organized and find this down the road?
Okay, so if you go back to the top, here's your home page where you just manage sessions. These are, I've already created the folders just for an example, but if I wanted to, that's my session automatically there. I already created that one. If I want to use that as a template or create it or start from that point to do another track, I can duplicate that, and there it is.
Okay, cool. So it's got all the same recall settings in it.
All the same recall settings. Even the photos come across. There's no.
And then this is a folder here, so we can do the band name, the date, or the song, and have a bunch of different instruments in it, or something like that.
And the next phase of development, there will actually be an info page where, when you click on the session, it'll come across, and you'll have everything that all turn-in requirements: name, artist, stem to stern.
Okay, so now what happens? So I got all these recalls on my phone. I go to a killer party. I do a beer pitcher drinking contest, and then I just puke all over myself, and then I drop this right in the toilet. What happens to all my recall sessions then?
If you're synced up, well, it depends on when you had the phone synced up last, but you can sync it to the cloud.
Which cloud? Yours, or do we use it's whatever we got?
Standard
Dropbox, iCloud?
Yeah, so there will eventually be export capabilities. Russ and I were just talking about where we're looking at DAW integration to where it'll sync across to the DAW. You can pull it up as an insert on a track, store all of your settings in there.
Now, what about when I want to have the app on my phone and on Hugh's phone and on Micah's phone? Thanks for doing the video shoot, Micah. And we're all working together in the studio. Are they going to be on the same recall session?
It's definitely in the works. It's not there yet, but it will most definitely be there. And even the ability to share presets, show folks how you got your signature sound if you want to.
All right, dig it. Well, Chris, thanks very much, man. Tell the rock stars where they should go to check this out and learn more about it.
Yeah, so it's patchrat.com, patchrat.com, and there's lots more coming. So that's we're currently out on iPad only, but it's a very old UI. The new version's coming in about the next 4 weeks. Right, the beta will be out.
Well, for once in my life, this video will be out before the next 4 weeks. So, dude, great to meet you, man.
Thanks so much.
All right, thanks for watching, Rockstars, and happy NAMM.